Shut up and sit down.
Hey everybody, Barry here again. Hey everybody, Barry here again. I think I'm going to do random little updates up until the day I leave for St. John's just to see what happens, what I'm getting up to with this thing. So the valve train noise is still there. I really don't care that much because it hasn't gotten any worse and it hasn't gotten any better, so it's there. Yesterday I did a compression test. I didn't take a video of it or anything, which I really should have. 160 pounds across all cylinders evenly, like 160, 165, so I'm within like 1% or 2%, so I'm absolutely fine with that. It's a lower compression engine at like 9.5-ish, so 160 is just fine. That means no bent valves, no pistons messed up. It's not smoking through the exhaust at all. It's not smoking through the catch can, dipstick, turbos, anywhere. There is no smoke. So that's a really good thing. But after I did the compression test, I put the plugs and wires back on. But when I pulled them off, 2 plugs left the little electrode part on the spark plug. So that means the part that's supposed to be inside of there that clips onto the plug stayed on the plug. So I ruined 2 of my brand new wires. These are so hard to get off when they're clipped on. And anyway, so I put 2 old spark plug wires on there just to make sure it worked. I went up the highway last night. As soon as I got to like 1-2 psi, it started popping out the exhaust in boost. So I've got a misfire there somewhere, either a plug cracked or one of the bad wires. So I'm going to pull that off today, and also just to see if it is causing the clatter, and just change oil anyway. I'm going to change the oil because it's got a quart of Lucas in it and the rest is 1030. I used Lucas oil, which is the real heavy stuff, for assembly lube when I built the engine, and I just dumped the remaining in the pan just to make sure that it had really good oil pressure for the first start, that kind of thing. And it doesn't need to be in there now, especially if there are any contaminants left in the engine. It's in there floating around that oil now, so I'm going to change it. So I'm going to lift it up. I'm just going to pull off these plug wires here. I have to get it under the truck to take the plugs and the wires off. It is impossibly tight under that engine bay, so it's just terrible. And while I'm down there, I'll also change oil. So let's do a few minute update on this and see what happens. This one's pretty sweet. It's got these jaws on it that the harder you pull on the ratchet, the tighter it clamps onto the filter. It can be kind of funny to hook on there, but it does work well. Look at that, wow. Apparently I put filters on a little bit too tight sometimes. Let's see if I can do this without making a huge state. Okay, ready? Oh, come on. I don't really want to touch it because I hate getting full of oil. It's the worst. There we go. Doesn't taste real gassy or smell gassy. Gross. Maybe a little bit, but nothing too serious. But for how thick Lucas is, it is a bit oily, or a bit watery, I should say. Like it looks to be thin. There's no air in it. Usually when you get Lucas all stirred up, it's really aerated. But anyway, I'm gonna let that drain. Boys are gonna go on lunch now, and I'm gonna go on lunch in an hour, so I'll let this drain for the full hour and get every drop out that I can get out, and then I'll put in new oil after. I'm gonna put new plugs and wires on this anyway right now, and hopefully that popping is gone. I'm glad I changed the oil, mainly for the fact that the drain plug, for whatever reason, was a little bit loose. I'm also going to grease the wheel bearings in this, or at least put new grease inside the cap, or whatever you want to call it, because I haven't greased them in a year or so, and it's got like tapered roller bearings, like trailer bearings, and they don't like not having grease in them. For who knows why. So we'll check back in a second. Oh, I just checked this again, and I just wanted to note that I kind of swirl it around like this, and you can see that there is 0 hint of any metal or metallic shiny goodness in that at all. If you look down here, it's just crispy. I like that, except for the fact that the cup leaked and now the thing is full of oil, but whatever. So this has been draining for what seems like an eternity, and everything up there is good. I got no leaks. That's pretty cool. It's like the first time I haven't had anything leak. My turbo drains are good. They're not leaking or anything. Nothing's pinched off. This is great. It's very dark though, sorry. Well, I've got all the plugs replaced, so I'll check those out in a second. But for right now, I'm just gonna ohm out all these wires. I know one of them is no good because another stupid clip came out. So that's kind of annoying. Let's set this up where we can all see. That should do it. So let's see if this is any good. I just got it set to ohms. It's auto set. So that's 1.26 k ohms, so that's 1200 ohms. That seems like a lot. Maybe it isn't, but okay, that's the broken wire. Maybe it isn't a lot, but it does seem like it, doesn't it? 1.26 k ohms. I'm going to compare that to a set of these wires here. This is of another brand or another truck or something. .8 ohms. So between this one and the new ones I put on the other day, these have 400 more ohms than these do. That could make a difference. I don't like when things have more resistance. 1200. Now these are AC Delco wires. And 800. Huh. That's funny, isn't it? $1,200. So they're consistent, but there seems to be really high ohms on this. And 1200. Now I'm just going to go ahead and assume that we don't want more resistance when we're trying to make this thing spark because turbos. I don't really like that at all. I think I'm going to scrounge up as many old wires as I can, ohm them out, and put them on. So I definitely have a set of wires. That's fine. If anybody could give me any insight on why the other wires, the new ones that I bought through Carquest, and they're Carquest premium wires, lifetime warranty, it's good stuff, why they have 400 more ohms, which is half, again, the ohms that the AC Delco wires have. Somebody explain that to me so it makes sense. I'm gonna go put them on, and then we'll put oil in the truck and take it for a test drive. Alrighty, wires are all done, almost plugged in. I couldn't reach this one from the bottom. Man, everything is super tight on this truck. This is actually awful. I wish I prepared more, but that's all you can do. Sometimes you're in a rush. So everything is all plugged in there. I brought in some header wrap. I had this stuff out in the container left over from the Cadillac. It ain't pretty, but it will work. So I'm gonna put that on. Mainly because I'm gonna be driving a lot this weekend, and the exhaust pipe is a little bit close to some of the wiring. I gotta tie this up here a little bit more, but you know, I'm gonna wrap as much of the down pipes as I can, get it away from stuff. I gotta tie this battery cable out of the way, you know, those kind of things. Kind of happy to see that it doesn't seem like my gasket sealer leaked. It's disgusting, I know. I might spray some black paint over it. And both turbos still spin. How cool is that? Thanks, China. And yeah, this is pretty much it. So I'm going to put oil in it before I forget, and then I'll do the wheel bearings, and then we'll go for a test drive. Actually, my lunch break's almost over, so I'm just gonna dump the oil in it, and then we'll go for a test drive. Well, I have the oil changed. I fixed the solenoid behind the dash because when I had to replace the solenoid, I used a different type because the one that I thought initially that was a continuous duty or constant duty was not, and it got extremely hot and failed on me. So the ground wire wasn't short enough, or wasn't long enough for the new solenoid, and it was just kind of hanging there. And if it grounded out, it would have been a bad time. But I got that fixed, so that's all good. Plug wires and plugs, so all we can do is try. So far, it sounds like it idles okay. £54 oil pressure cold. Test drive. So I'm just running a log right now. Man, bench seats are comfortable, but so uncomfortable. I don't understand it. Still pretty rich, so I gotta fix that, but I'm really hoping that this is gonna work out well. Aaron was taking the video, so I had to kind of goose it. I need a rubber chicken, and I think Michael Morgan is sending me an electric green rubber chicken. Oh, I forgot to put the hood on. I'm gonna get pulled over. Michael Morgan is sending me an electric green rubber chicken, and when I first read it on Facebook, I was like, an electric chicken? Wow, what does that mean? And he's like, no, it's the color. Something you don't do. So anyway, I'm gonna cut the bottom, wait a minute. Oh, pass it there, see, cool. And put it on my blow-off valve so it goes, so I really want to hear that clock when I shift. Hopefully. I gotta make a delivery at OK Tire. I just got into some loose stand and it didn't backfire then, so really hoping this is gonna work out. You want some oil filters? We get a new delivery car. I had to take it out for a test drive. I just had to change plugs and wires in it. It's running better, so. Yeah, I know, it's nothing but clunk. It's a little bit too loud for an HOA. Yeah. Yep. It's working well, finally. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, cool. See you later.
You get pulled over much or?
No, never.
No.
So,
In the beginning even?
No. The first day we got it on the road, it was the first day I put plates on it. We drove up the road and passed the cop and he's like, what? So, and then he didn't pull us over, so it was perfect. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's great. Cool. Have a good day. See you later. Man, it seems to be running well. I'm really excited. Oh boy. Oh, shut up. Still a little bit rich on diesel. The engine is still noisy, but I don't know if it is as noisy as it was. I can't any missing at all. Like yesterday, it would go pop, 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 and not accelerate any faster. So this is just beautiful. Wicked, absolutely wicked. Holy, that's the hardest that I've pushed it. No job. That's the hardest that I've actually pushed it since I got the new engine in it. And oh my god. Oh, it howls. Oh man. And it even idles beautifully. I'm gonna pull her back in the garage again, let her cool down a little bit. I had a little bit of wheel hop when I left hard, but not actually terrible. Oh, I really hope I hit record. Oh man. Aaron, it's fixed. Oh, Aaron.
Hello.
How does it feel to be a guest star on
This is great.
Station Road? That's great.
Me too.
Now we can see your face. Hello, Aaron.
Me too.
Where'd what go? No, the video you took.
YouTube.
Ah. Oh, you posted it?
What?
No, you posted the video that you just took?
I didn't take a video.
What?
Yeah.
You left. Wait, what are you looking for?
Your live video.
What? That's not what I'm looking for. I'm taking a video of you of the video.
So I don't know what you want me to do, man.
Remember when I just left?
Yeah.
And you were like,
Oh! I understand now.
oh, you Snapchatted.
Yeah.
Man, those turbos howl. Oh, wow. Okay, it just ran the best it's ever ran. All right, let's go check Coop parts. Bye, Aaron. So I am beyond impressed with how that worked. Man, it ran amazing. So amazing. Never missed a beat. Perfect pull. I missed a gear. It's funny because it kind of gets stuck in between third and fifth. Like, it doesn't go into fifth. It doesn't go into third. It just goes and kind of stays there. I just want something that'll shift gears for me. Yeah. So, I've been busy. And before I end this video, I just want to show everybody how itchy my hands are because this is titanium wrap and is the absolute worst. And yeah, it's amazing, but yeah. Somebody gave me this. I cannot remember who. You're going to have to tell me who you are because I really, really can't remember. And I feel like an idiot because I try to remember everything like that. But when I did the turbo on the Cadillac, I had a log manifold on it that made a lot of heat and burned off wires. And somebody dropped me off a bunch of that stuff. Thank you. You know, it's going to help on here too. Also, I wrapped it around the wastegate pipe because my coolant reservoir got a little bit melty when the gates opened. And also I wrapped that wastegate pipe coming out, wrapped around the back of the flanges so you can't see my gob of ultra copper. If you can't see it, it's not there. Rule of thumb. So, amazing. So happy. This is the 13th, I think. Yes, this is the 13th. I'm going to upload this the minute that I get it done, put together, and yeah, so great, good stuff. I kind of like these quick update videos. It's probably not quick, it's probably 25 or 30 minutes, but you get the point. So I'm going to upload this right now. So thanks for checking out the channel, and thanks to all the YouTube members and patrons. If you want to check out my Patreon, it's patreon.com/stationroadratrods. The YouTube members link is down here. And check out my Teespring store for t-shirts and hoodies and cups and all that fun stuff, and help support the channel a little bit and doing ridiculous stuff like this. And thanks for watching. Have a great day, everybody.